Good morning, Fort McMurray, Wood Buffalo, and the rest of the world. You've tuned in to the Mac City Morning Show. I am your host, Elliot Pierre, and as per usual, we're going to start the show off with a moment of gratitude. I know you could be doing a million other things with your time, and the fact that you spend it with us truly does mean the world to me, so thank you. On that note, Tanner, hit him with the intro.
What up, boss? Welcome to the Mac City Morning Show.
Hey everybody, Keith Simpson here from Nathali Toyota. Just a quick chat about the wonderful community we live in here. As you guys know, we support the Oil Barons. We've joined the drive-in movie theater. We're involved in the marathon here in Fort McMurray, and make sure we're taking care of the kids and all the local businesses, all the local charities, and all the local foundations, guys. That's what makes this community such an amazing place to live.
Okay, and we're back. Big shout out to Nathali Toyota, Keith, Thad, Nimmer, all the boys and girls down at Nathali Toyota. They're the title sponsor of the show. Thank you very much. We do appreciate it. It helps the lights keep on, and Tanner is sitting behind that computer. So thank you, Nathali Toyota. Now, on with the show. As you guys know, I do not introduce my guests. I let them do that themselves because they can do a better job. So on that note, can you please tell everybody at home who you are and what you're about?
So my name is Nathali, and I own the Mini Miracles Day Home. We are here in Fort McMurray for 16 years, and I've been operating my day home for 15 years.
Okay.
And I have two kids, ages 16. My daughter, she'll be turning 17 this summer. And then I have an 8-year-old son.
Okay, very cool. Okay, so let's just get started right away. I guess I have a few questions about the day home. So how did you start the day home? Why did you start the day home? Where did your passion for that begin?
So I started first in 2007, and just a little babysitting kids, and then I just found that was my passion, that was my calling, because earlier before we came back to Canada, I had my secretarial diploma.
Okay.
So I sat in a desk and I was typing and writing notes, and it was like kind of boring, but
right.
I thought, okay, that was my career. But when I started like babysitting kids and being involved in their lives and being like a child, I realized that was my calling, that was my gift.
Right.
So of course I went to Keano and got my childcare certificate from there.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And then I just started my daycare back in 2007. And then I've been doing ever since.
Okay.
And then 2009, because I wanted to get some experience more, what is this really,
right.
It's called childcare.
Yeah.
So I worked, we attend the Fort City Church.
Okay.
Me and my husband, we serve over there.
Okay.
So I worked in, back then it was Alliance Daycare, now it's Fort City.
Right.
So I worked at the Fort City, they opened up a childcare center.
Correct.
So I worked with 48 kids.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so from infant to preschool.
Right.
So for 1 year, so that, I can, get some, experience and,
That's right.
working with, different age group of kids.
Yeah, okay, very cool. Now, you said you obviously immigrated to Canada. Where have you immigrated from?
We directly came from Sri Lanka.
Okay.
And the most, beautiful thing is about, I would say, it's our calling,
Yeah.
Like we came to Fort McMurray.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Wow,
Right?
really?
And my husband, he's a chef, and he'd been called, by Boston Pizza at that time.
Okay.
And we directly, immigrated, to Canada.
Okay.
And it was, for us to, the city that they gave us was Fort McMurray.
Okay.
And Elliot, I think, of course, that is a part of, I wanted to discuss more, is like, I love this community.
Right.
We have established our roots, and for me and my husband and my kids, like, this is home for us.
That's right.
Right.
No doubt. That's interesting. I don't speak to too many immigrants that directly come to Fort McMurray. Usually it's Toronto or Montreal
Yes.
or Vancouver, and then they eventually hear about Fort McMurray and come here. That's how my parents came. That's really cool that this was like the first stop for you.
Yes.
Interesting. So what time of year did you arrive?
So luckily we came in summertime.
Okay,
right?
good, yeah.
And I remember, I was just a new mom, my daughter was like 19 months
Okay.
at that time, and I remember my first winter.
Yeah.
And I literally locked myself in the room and I cried the
Yeah,
winter.
yeah.
Especially when it was like minus, 45,
Of course.
You come from tropical islands, beautiful weather, right?
That's right.
And then you experience minus 45.
That's right.
It was brutal winter.
Deadly.
But of course, saying that, we have, adapted, everything here,
Yeah.
even my daughter, she will go out, when it's like minus 25 with a sweater.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
and she's like, oh, it's just minus 25. Yeah, don't
Yeah,
worry.
it's warm.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
right.
fine. Better than minus 45, right?
That's right. No, when my parents immigrated here, my mother didn't know what snow was. They come from Guyana, South America.
Okay.
And so the first time she saw snow, she was totally dumbfounded. And she said she ran and cried, and she's like, what's happening? And to this day, like my dad came to Canada, I think in 74, 75, around that time. He still doesn't like the cold. To this day, he's just like, I could do without the cold weather. So he loves Canada. He loves Fort McMurray. But the winter for him is like, no, not having it. So in regards to your daughter, she's getting a little bit older now, turning 17, you said?
Yes.
What are the plans for her future? What do you think she's going to go down and do?
She is, she's a very, ambitious, very determined girl,
Yeah.
She is always, studying hard, and she wants to do medicine.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
fantastic.
yeah.
Okay. Now, jumping back to your day home for a second. Now, if people wanted to get in contact with you to come into your day home, like how do they get in contact with you? May it be through Facebook, phone number, email, and then what are the age ranges that you kind of take care of as well?
So I'm allowed to have 6 kids.
Okay.
So it it depends on each age, right? One
Right.
child under 1 and 2 kids under 2 and 3 kids under 3.
Right.
So because since I love working with kids, Elliot,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
and I always, keep like one room for an infant. I
Okay.
love infants.
Okay.
And then-
they are cute.
Right?
Yeah.
And of course, and they are hard work too, right?
That's right.
So that I can give one-on-one time as well, right? So, and then the other, 5 kids, they will be like 18, 19 months, so that, walking and talking time.
Yeah.
So I would have like my age group will be like from 18 to 19 months older.
Okay.
And mainly, I would like to discuss as well, that is something very personal to my heart. I have so much respect for the teachers over here. I love, they do a marvelous job, with our kids, right?
That's right.
Taking care of our kids and, and back in, back at home, I'm from Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
Like, we have so much respect for our teachers.
Right.
Right? And half of the day they are with them, right? They take care of our kids, right?
That's right.
So I'm like, what can I do, right? So I worked according, to with the school calendar.
Okay.
So my day home, it closes in summertime, right?
Okay.
I keep only 2 weeks open, because I have some parents who are not teachers as well.
Right.
One or 2 parents I have, but all
Yeah.
the rest, they are teachers.
Oh, beautiful.
So then I keep 1 month closed.
Yes.
And then, of course, I will reopen my day home 2 weeks before school starts. Anyway, teachers,
Right.
they have to go to school 1 week before.
That's right.
And then,
That's
of
right.
course, I'm closed during spring break and during Christmas break.
Oh, that's a
Right?
huge added bonus for teachers
Yes,
because they're off.
Yes.
That was the same
yes.
with my little boy Keegan. We had him in a day home when he was much younger. Now he's grown up so fast. I hate it. But yeah, that's really beneficial for day homes to have that kind of schedule for parents who are educators.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they take care of our kids.
That's
Why
right.
don't I, take care of their kids?
That's right.
Right?
What schools have your children attended?
So I have from, public school, Catholic school,
Right.
And then I had one family from the Christian school as well,
Okay.
right? So yeah, from all over school,
Yeah.
with the school board, right?
That's
yeah.
right. Now Tanner just gave me a signal. He's ready with his questions for the Mac City Morning Show. I don't know what he's going to ask you. I wish you nothing but the best of luck. But before he asks you the question, the title sponsor for the Mac City Minute right now is NABA. Big shout out to NABA. Thank you very much. If you guys don't know who NABA is, definitely go check out their website as well as their Facebook page. They have an upcoming event, so definitely sign up for that. Thank you very much, NABA, for sponsoring the Mac City Minute. Tanner, hit her with the Mac City Minute.
Alrighty, question number 1 for you. What is your favorite dish to make yourself while at home?
Oh, it's easy. It's Sri Lankan authentic curries.
Hey.
Right, yeah.
Question number 2. What is the most inspiring thing you've learned from working with children?
Oh, they are live. They are so creative and energetic, and I feel like, I'm a child when I'm working with them. You need to get into their shoes. That's awesome. And yeah.
Question number 3. What is the most interesting thing you noticed when you very first got to Canada?
The interesting is, number 1, it was the winter. And then it's like the different seasons that we come, like we have the 4 seasons, right? And then you get adjusted, to the different seasons as well. And then the food. Oh, yes.
Okay.
Question number 4. What is one thing about the community that you love the most?
Oh, it's the people, and as well I like to mention my dayhome. A big hit is our annual Christmas concert and party. So I have a music teacher who comes and teaches music to the kids, and also an art teacher. So our big highlight is our Christmas concert. So I will book at the facility, at the hub or somewhere else, and we will have kind of like a potluck with the parents. Right? And then the kids, they will perform a concert with the music teacher.
Okay.
And then I will do the nativity play. And I would have the last 2 years we couldn't, host it because of COVID.
Right.
But I would have local business shops who will donate local gifts for the kids at our annual Christmas party.
Very cool.
Chocolate and candlelight, Little Caesars, Save On Food, Canadian Tire, Dairy Queen,
Okay.
and soap, Much Love, and all the local businesses, they will, in support and give kids gifts. That is, I think, something I find very unique and beautiful about our community.
Very cool.
And your final question. What is one thing about Fort McMurray that reminds you of where you're from?
Reminds me of where I'm from. It's, I think, people. It's the people. They are very generous and very kind, and they are very helpful and support each other, and families here in our city. I think that is,
Okay.
And those have been your 5 questions.
Sweet. Good question, Tanner.
Thank you.
Yeah, and big shout out to NABA for sponsoring that segment. We do appreciate it. Now, you were saying the food surprised you when you came to Canada. What about the food was surprising in regards to North American, Canadian type food?
Number 1, I was very fascinated with Tim Hortons.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Right, I was of course the donuts, I knew. But looking at the little Timbits, I was like, what's that?
That's right.
Right.
Okay.
And then the second one is the poutine.
Okay.
Right,
All right.
You get with the curdled cheese and the gravy, and I'm like, what's that? You get, with the potatoes.
That's right.
Let's hear your opinion on it, though. You like it?
Yes, I liked it,
Okay.
Yes, but of course, I love enjoying spicy food, right? So even with the poutine, I will, put hot sauce in it.
Oh.
Yeah, this is good to go, yeah.
That's a nice addition. Why have I never thought about that?
You've never thought about that?
No, I've never put hot sauce
Oh,
in
it's
poutine.
so good. You need to try it. It's so good.
Yeah, I do.
I'm a little surprised, honestly.
Well,
I just thought you were a poutine purist.
I am a poutine purist, right? So myself and Tanner, the last 2 years, we've had Big Brothers, Big Sisters.
Yes.
Their event, they have had poutine week, so we've went and we've tried a bunch of poutines. Now I just like normal poutine, like all the additions. I'm not into it, but I would be into mixing it up and putting some hot sauce in a poutine.
It's so good.
try that. Okay. Yeah, the donuts are interesting. Like the love that this country has for Tim Hortons in particular
Right?
is nuts.
Yeah.
I think the love for it has died down just a little bit
Why do you think that?
because Dunkin' Donuts bought Tim Hortons, I think, or an American company bought Tim
Yeah, an
Hortons.
American company bought Tim Hortons a while ago, but now I think a Brazilian company owns it.
And because they got rid of their Arabica beans or whatever it is that like everybody loves so much, and that's why everybody's on like a McDonald's wave now.
Nice. Yeah, fair enough. So tell me about your home country. I don't know anything about it. Literally nothing about your home country.
It's beautiful. I call like it's an island.
Okay.
So it's a small little island close to India.
Yeah.
I mean, back in the days, it's called like the pearl of the Indian Ocean.
Okay.
Right? Back in the day, it's called Ceylon,
Okay.
and now it's Sri Lanka.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, also like the weather beautiful,
Yeah.
and you get from mountains to rivers and waterfalls, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
And since you've immigrated to Canada, have you had a chance prior to COVID, obviously, to like go back and visit?
Yes, we went back in 2009.
Okay.
When my daughter was 4 years old. And
Okay.
hopefully we are planning, to make a trip, this year.
Yeah, because
Right?
your son
Yeah.
hasn't seen.
No.
So that'd be a nice experience.
Yes.
I know my parents used to take me when I was younger to South America, where they're from, and it was such a culture shock because Canada is very
Right.
different from the rest of the world.
Yeah.
And I found like most individuals like may travel to different provinces or towns in Canada or maybe to the United States. But then when you get to like leave North America and see how other people live and how they interact day to day, it's a huge eye opener.
Different. It's like cultural wise, in everything I would find it's totally different comparing, to, I mean, not countries like this and, Asian countries.
Yeah,
Right?
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So listen, I know we're coming to the end of the show. 20 minutes flies. I know you're a little bit nervous. You killed it. You did a great job. But before I cut you loose, everybody gets a shameless shout out or plug. So you got the mic, the camera, and the lights. Have fun.
Thank you.
So it's yours. No, a shameless shout out or plug. That means you get to say thank you to somebody or give acknowledgement at the end of the show or plug maybe your business. So the microphone's on you.
Yes, so I would like to first thank my family and especially my husband. He is my biggest supporter, my backbone. He has helped me through all these, 16 years, with my day home, and also he's also involved in it. And of course, then my two kids, my daughter and my son. And then my church, like I remember when we came, like we needed to go to a church, and the first church we went to the Fort City Church, and we have ever since been there. And I call it like they're my village. Like
Right.
they help me, to raise my two kids, And of course, we don't have family back here, and like they have become our family right now.
Right.
And
right.
then third is my business, my day home,
Yeah.
and my parents. Like, they have been always supporting and encourage me, and even like especially like I would have like special events every month.
Right.
So
right.
we always have parties.
Yeah.
Right. I'm a party girl, so kids.
That's
So
awesome.
they're like, what can we do? How can we help you?
Right.
So yeah, big shout out for all of them.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect.
Yes.
There you go. Big brownie points to the husband and to Pastor Doug. We had him on the show just a little while ago.
Yes,
so
yes, I saw.
there we
yeah.
go. Well, listen, thank you very much for coming today. Do appreciate it. Anytime you want to come back, please feel free to be a recurring guest. We'd love to have you again and again and again.
Yeah, thank you for having me in your
You're
show.
more than
Yeah.
welcome. Well, Fort McMurray, Wood Buffalo, that's been another episode of the Mac City Morning Show. So thank you very much for tuning in. It does mean the world to me. Big shout out to our sponsors, title sponsor Nathali Toyota, and for the Mac City Minute sponsor NABA. We really do appreciate your help. Really do appreciate your help, keeping on the lights and keeping Tanner sitting behind that computer there. So thank you very much for your ongoing support with sponsoring the show. Other than that, I hope everybody's having a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
What a deadly old way to end another morning show. Later, boss.
It's so ballistic!
Talk about quenching your ugly thirst.